You ready? You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, days and gays. This is the Real Pineapple. This is your humble host, Hunter. Hope you're having a great night, day, weekend, whenever you're checking this out. Okay, so normally I would come on and I would do my AEW Dynamite review. Normally I would. But I'm gonna be real, y'all. I'm pretty pissed off. So look, this weekend I'll do a stream probably Saturday or Sunday. It'll be more free form. I'll talk about, how my fantasy teams are doing so far, and I'll review AEW Dynamite from tonight, and it'll be more regular scheduled programming. But I'm gonna be real, y'all. Like this thing I read. Let me see if I can find the tweet. I'm pretty sure I shared it earlier, but yeah, Elon Musk sucks, man. Like this guy sucks so badly. And look, I've talked about my disdain for Taylor Swift and her fan base, because I think her fans can be incredibly problematic and terrifying, like most fan bases can be. Let's be fair. Look, I'm not a fan of her music. I'm not a fan of her as a person. Never have been, never will be. I will always give credit where credit is due, though. That is a mantra. That is something I've said on the podcast hundreds, if not thousands of times. And I think I do a pretty good job of living up to that. And what I will say about Taylor Swift is that she went ahead and came out last night after I watched about half the debate. I'll readily admit I did not watch the whole thing, just because I already know who I'm voting for. Spoiler alert: it's not the convict. So I would be voting for Kamala Harris. But I was morbidly curious, kind of like, I wonder if this is how people are going to feel like a decade from now, when something like what's that movie, like Human Centipede is it's one of those, like, oh, you had to be there to have seen it. Like I wonder if that's how people are gonna like look back at these elections and just be like, how the fuck was this a thing? Elon Musk. So okay, let me take a drink first, because okay. So here's the thing about Elon Musk. His how do I, man, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm kind of flabbergasted, to be honest. But okay, let me take it from this angle. I don't get Elon Musk. I don't understand any one individual being praised to the degree that they are, when they're such a terrible family man, when their employees actively have come out and talked about bad working conditions, how poorly they handle things during COVID. And that's before we get to all the problematic shit that Elon believes in. I've never gotten it with this guy. And the more that he talks, the more I'm just like, would you shut the fuck up and just go away? I can't stand the motherfucker. And if I ever meet him, I'll tell him to his face that he fucking sucks, and that there's a reason why his daughter hates him. What he said about Taylor Swift is straight up vile, y'all. There's no way to spin it. There's no way to dismiss it. It's fucking gross. I have the tweet here because I want to make sure I quote his ass. And I'm just gonna go through. I haven't actually looked at the tweet. I saw like a screenshot of the tweet. So let me go on this timeline just because I want to see I want to see what some of the comments are, and I'm sure I will be horribly disappointed. So, um, let me see if I can get Taylor's full. Um, I want to see if I can get Taylor's like full post here from last night. Because I think she posted it to her Instagram. Oh God, I'm on Taylor Swift's social media. What is happening? Yeah, I'm not. Okay, maybe it was on her Twitter. Good God, oh my God, there's already more research I wanted to do. Let me see. I think I've got. Okay, let's see here. Okay, it's not on her. Where the fuck did she share it? I know I saw it earlier. Hang on. Okay, let's see. I should put hold music here for people who are who are gonna hear the audio of this. Um, okay, here we go. And I'm gonna take a hit before I read this because this is decently long. That's what he, she, or they said, and and I want to make sure I've got it all. Yeah, okay. I can read a while loadable. It's called multitasking. All right, so here we go. So this is what Taylor Swift posted to her Instagram last night. Like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now is a great time to do your research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on the topics that matter to you the most. As a voter, I make sure to watch and read everything I can about their proposed policies and plans for this country. Recently, I was made aware that AI of me falsely endorsing Donald Trump's presidential run was posted to his site. It really conjured up my fears about AI and the dangers of spreading misinformation. It brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about what my actual plans are for the season as a voter. The simplest way to combat misinformation is with the truth. I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. I think she is a steady-headed, gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we are led by calm and not chaos. I am heartened and impressed by her selection of running mate Tim Walz, who's been standing up for LGBTQ rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades. I've done my research and I've made my choice. Your research is all yours to do, and the choice is yours to make. I also want to say, especially the first time voters, remember that in order to vote, you have to be registered. I also find it much easier to vote early. I'll link where to register and find early voting dates and info in my story. With love and hope, Taylor Swift, Childless Cat Lady. So, okay. First off, again, credit where it's due. Great picture, Taylor and her cat. I don't know which of her cats that is. I don't know if she has multiple. Again, I know nothing about her, but I but I give her props for that post. I think that is one thing you have to give Taylor Swift's team. And look, let me be clear. I know she's got her own PR, like an absurd PR team and everything. I feel like this is her. This feels like something that she would write. I think it's actually very eloquent. I think it's actually very well put. It very clearly lays out why she feels the way that she does. I'll give her credit for that. I will give her credit for this post. Here is where it just gets ick. So Elon Musk, for some reason, decided to tweet this out. So he tweeted out, this is yesterday. Fine, Taylor, you win. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life. So let's get this out of the way. Elon Musk, not an attractive man. Let's just, he's like an uglier Lyle Lovett. He is he is not an attractive man whatsoever. That's number one. Number two, the thing that I find just very not just ick and gross, but just like why is this such a sticking point with you? Is the way that Republicans and like Fox News drifters, like people in that quadrant, where a woman's body is just like they're obsessed with it. Like it's so weird. In babies, they're so obsessed with babies. Like I don't get it. Now, I understand that there's the whole societal bit of, if you're a woman and you're actually, I was gonna say if you're a woman over 18, um, that's that's on your only function, but that's not even fucking true because you won't let kids who have been molested have abortions either. So what the fuck do I know? Um, so Elon says that gross shit, and so the first couple comments, no one wants your word sperm. That's true. This isn't weird. Gonna be funny if Travis Kelsey whoops your ass, which, by the way, Travis Kelsey would whoop that ass. So wouldn't you think that you would go after someone whose boyfriend isn't, a fucking football player who could beat the shit out of you? Like, you would think, for as smart as people say Elon is, that's a dumb fucking moronic. Let me see. But here's the thing. The entitlement for me is one of the things that bugs me most about this because he's acting like she should be grateful. Like you should be honored that I'm willing to lower myself to sleep with you. Again, not a Swift fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I guarantee you I would have a much more pleasant conversation with her than I would with him. That's number one. I mean, we could talk football or indie rock, I'm sure, or something, but or cats. We could just talk about our fucking cats for an hour. That'd be easy. But point two, it's this very like it's this very gross sort of comment that now look, because I already know where some people are going to go with this. I know some people are going to go like, well, come on, Hunter, he's joking. Like, you're the one who always says that people are too quick to, jump on shit and to be offended. And you're right. I have often said that. Here's the thing, though. This is where your character and past history comes into effect. Elon Musk, whenever he talks about women, it's never in a complimentary way. It's always in a way of what they can do for him, and it's always in a gross, like sexual nature. And that's before we get to all the the multiple things that have come out about him sending gross texts to employees and things like that. That's before we even get to his daughter saying what a fucking monster he is. That's before we even get to the kids he has that he doesn't take care of. Like, I think a kid is the last thing. Um, I think that's exactly what the last thing that he fucking needs is another kid. Is another kid. This post straight up. Oh my god, this is so like. Here's the thing, people. What did you think was going to happen? You steal this woman's image using AI to make it seem like she wants to support Trump, and you're surprised when she doesn't support him? Like, she flat out said that, oh, hey, you doing this by no means endeared me to you. I don't understand why that's such a hard fucking concept for people to grasp. And then there is a woman on this fucking page, which I'm gonna block her ass right now. She used AI to go ahead and sort or create Elon Musk and Taylor Swift with cats where she's pregnant. That's so gross. Like, come on, y'all. Like, if this is where we are, where we're excused, like, I think that's the thing that's so maddening about this election. Do I think Kamala's going to win? I do. In my heart of hearts, I do think she's going to win. I know we're 60 days away. I'll be lying to y'all if I said I wasn't nervous as fuck. There is that part of me that is like, oh God, like the fact that we're even here again, y'all, is just fucking absurd. The fact that Trump has a chance to become president again and is not running in the jail cell is a large ass indictment on our criminal system. I guarantee you, if Trump looked like Obama, his ass would be in jail by now. But I digress. And this is the last thing I'll say because I feel like I could just ramble on for forever, and I didn't really know how long I wanted the stream to go, but I'm agitated just thinking about this. Here's the thing. I understand that everyone is sick of the lesser two evils. I get it. Trust me. And I don't agree with Kamala Harris on everything. This is what I will say. This is a woman that at least seems to have a plan for our economy, who wants women to have a right to do what they want with their own bodies, who supports LGBTQ community. Um, that's all stuff I vibe with, y'all. You know, I want my female friends to be able to have the right to choose. I want my friends who are members of the LGBTQ community to be able to go ahead and be an establishment without fear of being having a slur yelled at them, um, or having their rights for marriage taken away. That's something that people really seem to go like, oh, that would never happen. People said the same thing about Roe v. Wade, you know. So, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We're about 60 days ish away from the election. I already know how this works. I already know that I'm going to have to unfriend people and unfollow people and block people. People I thought were cool, people I thought vibed the way I did, people who I thought had a moral compass like I do. I already know I'm going to have to unfriend people. I've already unfriended a couple people where I was like, damn, I did not know you felt like this, and this really fucking like breaks my heart. I'm gonna be nice to not mention their names, but I had a couple people I was like, damn, this really hurts. But and I know this is a novel concept, but stick with me here, people. I would encourage you to think outside yourself and think about the people that occupy your inner circle. I couldn't look my partner in the eye and tell her that, hey, I care about you as a woman and vote for Trump. I can never look any of my LGBTQ friends in the face and go, oh yeah, I totally support your fight, your struggle. I voted for Trump. I could never tell my friends who have young daughters growing up that I want to make this world intentionally harder for them by voting for Trump. So I would really encourage you people to think about that. Don't just think about what serves you and what's going to be beneficial for you. Think about how you vote is going to affect the lives of people around you, because I think that's something that through that Trump term, that a lot of people, if you were talking to your LGBTQ, your female and your minority friends, we were feeling that shit for that 4 years. So I would really encourage y'all to go ahead and think about that when you go to the voting booths in November. But yeah, this will be this stream. Next stream will be a lot more pleasant. I promise you, it won't be this heavy. As far as what I've got coming up this week, I've got a decent amount of things coming up this week. I'm gonna have a review for AEW's All Out. I'm gonna go back through and rewatch that show and do a breakdown of that, because that's a show I think needs to be talked about. So I'll probably combine this week's AEW stuff, probably combine it all into a giant ball. So I might do that Sunday. That might be what I do Sunday afternoon. But yeah, I'll have a stream up this weekend talking about AEW from this past week. As far as what I've got coming up review wise, right now up on the channel, you can go ahead and check out my review for this new horror thriller film, Betrayal, which, oh my god, when I'm excited for y'all get a chance to see that should be on VOD and in theaters right now. So make sure you check that out. But you can check out my review of it right now. That's up wherever you listen to podcasts, and that's up on the YouTube channel as well as my interview with the director of the film, Roger Griffiths, which was a really fun interview, y'all. It's about 22 minutes. We cover a lot of topics in there, so definitely go ahead and check out the audio wherever you listen to podcasts for that interview, or if you're feeling fancy, check out the YouTube interview. Check out the video of it up on the YouTube channel right now at The Real Pineapple. But coming up this weekend, I will have, as I mentioned, my review of AEW All Out, and I'll talk about AEW Dynamite from tonight. Might talk about Collision from Saturday night, but I'll let y'all know. But I'll have a review up for that. And then this weekend, I'm going to have reviews up for Speak No Evil in the Killer's Game, which I'm excited to go ahead and review both of those. I'm gonna check those out on Friday. So yeah, I've got some stuff coming down the pipeline for y'all. But I will be back to a somewhat more normal streaming schedule next week. I will let y'all know. Gonna have some other reviews coming up, and then I've definitely got gonna start. I'm gonna roll out the Halloween list next week. I'm gonna reveal that on stream, so I'm excited to reveal what the real scary series will be this year, as far as what I'll be reviewing for Halloween season. So that'll be fun. So I will post streaming times here in the next couple days, so you know when I'll be up next. But I'll have a stream on Sunday, and I'll have a couple streams next week. But everyone, thank you so much for joining me a little late tonight. If you're on the East Coast, I appreciate you. Appreciate you whenever you're checking this out. Stay safe out there. Give someone a hug. Give someone a compliment. We could all use some more positivity out there. And never forget, as always, to keep it real. I'll talk to you guys this weekend. I'll talk to you all next week. Have a great night.